Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and I'm here today to give you an insight on why we should advocate for the removal of foreign military bases from our continent. As some of you know, Africa has been experiencing several military coups and destabilization across the continent, right? There's a reason for that, and that's because of these foreign military bases. I mean, the country with the highest number of military bases around the world is the US.
Could you remind us how many U.S. bases are there in the world? How does that compare to other countries in terms of having bases, military bases on foreign soil?
Yeah, adding U.S. troops to 4 new bases in the Philippines is simply unnecessary and wasteful on top of an already astronomically wasteful Pentagon budget. In addition to the potentially 9 U.S. bases in the Philippines, the United States already has, by the Pentagon's own count, 313 U.S. military base sites in East Asia alone. And that's part of a larger global network of around 750 U.S. military bases outside the 50 states and Washington, D.C. And that's according to a list that the coalition that you mentioned that I'm a part of, the Overseas Base Realignment and Closure Coalition, a transpartisan group of folks that we've been keeping. And indeed, the 750 U.S. bases in some 80 countries and colonies around the world is more bases than any nation, empire, or people in world history.
So, if you don't know, the US has about 970 military bases. Presently speaking, the US has about 30 plus military bases in Africa, just Africa alone. And I'm here today to give you a reason why we should advocate for the removal of these foreign military presence. Hello, my name is Dennis and welcome to my channel. And if you are new here and this is your first time, make sure to like, subscribe, and share my content. I need your support, right? Because I want to get this message, across the continent, right, to more people. Right, so let's continue, right? The US has the highest military presence around the world and the highest military bases in Africa. So they have about 30 plus military bases. And these bases are the reason why there's so much destabilization across the continent. So if you don't know, these bases are used to train coup leaders, military coup leaders. So there's, this is the reason why there's so much coup taking place across the continent. We have seen African leaders, right, being assassinated as a result of foreign military bases and, military coups. Leaders like Gaddafi, right? Like Thomas Sankara, right? Like Samuel Kedo. I can name several. I can name maybe 100 of African presidents that were assassinated as a result of these foreign military presence. And another reason is that these foreign military bases, collect surveillance information and provide them to these terrorist group and rebels group, that are across the continent. So, and when this happened, the national army finds it very difficult and challenging to overcome these rebels group because they have the resources, they have the information. So whenever the national army is making a move, the rebels group are already aware of what is about to happen. They have the resources, they have the finances, they have the intelligence, they have the weapons, the ammunition, every support they need in order to resist, right? In order to resist the forces of the national army. Another reason is that these foreign bases are used to build labs, right? So these bases are used to build labs to carry on experiment. So that's why, when we talk about biological weapons, we talk about the COVID, the coronavirus, we talk about the flu virus, the polio virus, the Ebola virus. These are all viruses that can be built and manufactured in labs. And so if we continue to have these foreign military bases, we will most likely continue to experience, extreme, rare sicknesses and diseases, rare medical condition, right? We're gonna experience sicknesses that can alter our DNA, right? Cause severe sicknesses and diseases on the continent. And what they do in exchange for for these sicknesses is that they will create the medication and a solution for these sicknesses and exchange it for our resources. If we want to get their medication, their vaccines, we have to give them resources. We have to give them the minerals that we have. We have to give them the lithium. We have to give them the oil. We have to give them the gold. We have to give them the diamond. We have to give them the rubber. So now Africa is almost like a business grant, right? That's why we have to advocate for the removal of these foreign military bases. Another reason for the advocacy of the removal of foreign military bases in Africa is that if we continue to allow these people to build these foreign military bases, they will eventually use these bases to wage war against other countries, So that means Africa is going to be used as a proxy, just like what is happening in Ukraine, that Russia is fighting, basically fighting on the US and NATO on the land of the Ukrainian. The Ukrainians are paying the price for the conflict that is taking place in their country. The conflict that they have no idea, they have no, they didn't participate in. Now they are feeling the consequence of it. So that's my advocacy, right? That's what I want us to do, as as the children of Africa, as the youth, right? As people who have platform, social media platform to spread, this this message. Because at the end of the day, whatever conflict that takes place on our continent, we the Africans will be the what we are the one who will feel the heat of that conflict, because these people in their country, the US citizens, will be in the US eating their mac and cheese, having their fun, while Africans are struggling and being homeless and becoming refugees. And we all know how racist these people are. Regardless of conflict going on in your country, they will never allow you to come into their country without presenting to them that you know without bringing your any form of documents. We have seen it several times. We have seen what happened in Haiti. We have seen other country, DR Congo. We have seen these places. We have seen the conflict that goes on in these places. We have seen the level of support that has been given to them as compared to other countries with white populations. So we really have to wake up. So as we come to the end of this video, I want you to please make sure to like and subscribe and share my content, because that will really help my content grow. To be honest with you guys, I'm actually working on my presentation level and my public speaking skill. That's what I actually created this YouTube channel, to help me become stronger and confident in my presentation.